Yep. Hi, I'm Jack Westman for ESWC and I'm here at the Electronic Sports World Cup 2011 in Paris, France, with Team UBINITED. First off, you must be jet lagged. You've been playing all day. You've had 5 games today. Is fatigue a factor now?
Definitely. Actually, today the schedule was really hectic. We've been starving all day. We haven't had a chance to actually sit down and eat. We've been awake since 6 o'clock this morning, so fatigue is definitely a factor, but we're so happy that we played up to what we knew we would and got first out of our group. So now we just have to go eat, celebrate just a little bit, go over some stuff, and get some good rest.
Okay. You went 5-0 in your group today. It seemed as though the matches were getting closer as the day went on. I mean, you played Cyber towards the end, second to last match, and Thermaltake at the end, and they were taking far more rounds than the earlier teams did from you. Do you think fatigue was coming in then, or was there some other reason that it started to slip at the end?
You know, I don't know. I thought actually our first match was the most shaky. For myself personally, it was freezing in here. I mean, it was like, it had to be like 30 degrees in here. I mean, our fingers were frozen. We couldn't push the mouse button because our fingers were so frozen, and so the rounds were much closer for me, I felt like. And then these last couple matches, like the French team, obviously, here's Steph. The French team obviously is a good team, you know. So you know, but little minor mistakes really got us there. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to work on when we get back to the hotel. Just talk about it, see exactly what happened, and fix it so that it doesn't happen again.
Okay. Tomorrow you're straight through to the semi-finals. Who do you see being your big challenge tomorrow? And if you make the finals, who do you expect to see? Who's going to be the big problem for you guys going forward?
You know, it's very unexpected for us, but Millennium apparently is just doing awesome. I mean, we heard that they rocked out their group and everything, so I guess we're going to have to look out for them. You know, tomorrow, if they advance from semis and if we advance, we'll meet them in the finals. We've met them in the finals before, in 2008. The grand finals in San Jose, we beat them. Actually, that's when Steph was on their team, and we beat them best of 3 maps. So hopefully we do it again.
Okay. Yeah. Did you expect to perform so well today? Was it kind of I mean, because you're defending champions, so was it kind of a given that you're going to go 5-0 in your group, or were there any major challenges today?
Actually, we didn't know exactly what to expect coming into our group. The teams are different. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 teams here this year that weren't here in the past 2 or 3 years, even. So, I mean, it was expected for us, like on a personal level, but then we really didn't know what to expect from the teams. But
okay, going back a little bit then, you guys kind of disbanded after the last ESWC last year, and kind of took a break for a few months, and you came back together a few months ago for this event.
Yep.
Do you feel any less prepared than some of the other teams here, or are you just as good with, I mean, because some of the teams here have been playing since the entire last event, the entire year. Does that put you at a disadvantage?
I think it definitely does. Like for myself, I only started playing CS again like 3 months ago, and I stopped playing for like over a year. So you know, it's definitely kind of rusty. But you know, we've been together for so long that it's not so much aim-wise or anything that we're working on right now. We're just trying to get back into the groove of, like, on a personal level, you know, like if I'm struggling, then Benito will pick up my slack, you know, things like that. So that's why we're okay right now, because we're all so team-oriented that we pick each other up pretty well. So.
Okay. Would you say that this kind of reunion, is it going to be long-term? Are you going to stay together for the foreseeable future, or is it this kind of a one-off? And you'll disband again this year. How long do you think it'll go? You
know, honestly, we always say this each year, is that, you know, we're gonna play in the ESEA League. We're gonna do our best, because I mean, at home, of course, our scrim record doesn't show it, but we compete. We do very well against top teams, you know. So and it's round by round, you know. I mean, it's very good, and a lot of teams respect us. So we always say that we're going to compete in the league, but you know what ends up happening is that, you know, like, I'll realize that I'm turning 25 in 2 weeks, and then I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do some other stuff, or like, you know, like, real life just kind of gets in the way at this point for us, but hopefully we've paid for our ESEA League, so hopefully things pan out the way we want it to, and we win ESEA invite.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about the Ubisoft sponsorship? Because obviously that's quite a lucrative deal to have. How did that come about?
It came about because our amazing teammate Steph, she is such an inspiration. I mean, I've been playing with her since 2005. I've known her for forever, and all this time she's such a hard worker, you know, and that really applies for real life and for CS, you know, and it really reflects upon what kind of person she is. She actually came to school in Paris. She has a master's in video game design. I mean, she's working on all this stuff, and she works for Ubisoft. And she was just talking to some coworkers, and it was decided between them, hey, let's, you know, they're sponsoring ESWC this year. Let's send the world champions to Paris. Why not? You know, I mean, what's there to lose? So that's what happened, and we actually spent a few days in Montreal, boot camping at the Montreal office. It's actually Ubisoft Montreal that sponsored us. So I mean, at this point, we just feel so blessed, and I mean, it's just a privilege to represent a company like Ubisoft.
Yeah, you just mentioned that you boot camped in Montreal. How did you boot camp? I mean, it's quite a unique setting to have a boot camp in, I guess, in kind of a company office. Did you prepare any differently? How did you prepare for this event?
Well, I mean, Steph worked her butt off to get us there and set everything up as perfect as she could, but it was extremely difficult because they're very top secret over there about the information coming in and going out. So we had like these private access cards, each of us. I mean, they have like gates through each entrance and through each door and through each hall. And I mean, it's like a freaking bunker, you know, like if you go in there and you're shady, you're not getting back out, you know what I mean? These gates will close on you. So, I mean, that was difficult. And then all the USB stuff, none of our gear worked when we got there because their security system for the network and everything. So that was tough. But, you know, those Ubisoft guys are so great. They all came and tried to fix it right away for us and worked on it for days. So, I mean, they made it as comfortable as possible. So it was definitely a blast.
Also, I'm just getting towards the end. You're the only American 1.6 team here in either men or women's teams. Do you feel a certain amount of pressure to represent the continent? Are you kind of defending North America here?
We are, you know, and it's really unfortunate that this year has this turnout. I mean, last year there was 3 male CS 1.6 teams from the States. There was us, and the year before that there was 2 female teams, 3 American teams, and the year before that there was 2 female teams and 3 American teams. So it's really unfortunate. I mean, I really hope that the scene understands and, you know, tries to do something. I mean, this is such a great event, and it's in Paris, you know, I mean, come on. How amazing is that, right? So, I mean, hopefully next year there's a better turnout and organizations are able to prepare a little bit more ahead of time in advance and get their teams out here.
Last question then. There are a couple of source teams over here for you guys as a Canadian team, and yeah, Dynamic, and an American team, Czech 6. Well, mostly American team, Czech 6. Are you kind of rooting for them? Are you going to be watching their games when they start on Monday? Are you going to hang around for it, or when are you heading home?
Unfortunately, no. We're all so busy. We barely made it here even. I mean, we had to really pull some strings to adjust our schedules so that we were actually able to travel here. So we're all leaving on Monday morning ASAP, and as soon as we go back, I mean, as soon as we get off the plane, we're going to have to deal with, you know, real life stuff. Steph actually has the opportunity to stay here a couple extra days, so I'm sure she'll have a banner ready. For Canada, though, not for America.
See how it is. Okay. Girls, thanks very much. Do you have any shout-outs before we go?
Definitely shout-outs to Ubisoft Montreal. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. We'll come back tomorrow morning and win it for you guys. Thank you, David, XP3. You're freaking amazing. Thank you for all your help. And
David.
Hi, Chelsea. Thank you for your help, too.
Steel Series.
Oh, Steel Series. Hi, Kim. Thanks.
Okay, that's it from me. Oh, sorry.
Okay, bye. Hi, Mooney.
That's it from me today. Stay tuned to ESEAnews.com for full coverage of the CS 1.6 men's and women's tournaments and Counter-Strike Source on Monday. Thanks a lot.